To be live.
We're live. We're live and alive. They have not, Peter. They haven't seen you yet. I haven't switched to your camera yet because you're the golden shot at the moment. Anto, for the people who haven't seen Peter yet, because I didn't switch to him yet. Well, how would you explain Peter right now? How does he look?
He looks like an idiot, like always. You know,
anybody
that is an Inter fan, they're idiots because they're cheering for a team that is just never won much in history. Except the Triplete that they claim the Triplete and nobody cares.
Scudetti.
Nobody cares.
The 19 Scudetti.
Who cares about the Scudetti?
Yeah, who cares
Nobody cares. How many Champions League did you win, by the way?
We have 3.
3. Oh,
okay.
That's it. That's not enough.
I think it's time we show Peter. 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
There we go. There's Peter. There's
We'll
Ryan.
let the haters talk. It is what it is. All I know is that we're going to be partying tonight. Did you see Milano?
Yeah, I didn't see Milan.
You didn't see Milano?
No, I'm not interested.
It's too bad. It's too
I'm
bad.
not
It's some
interested.
great time. Listen, since I'm such a good friend, I'm going to have you share my enjoyment, sharing my champagne.
What a guy.
I'm going to share it not because I'm your friend, because I'm here and I'm going to take it regardless. Right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. I think we should say we deserve to start this off with congratulations to Peter. Peter, you are the champion of Italy right now. Your team Inter has won the Scudetto today. We'll give a round of applause for the Scudetto. We'll give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Anto.
Forza Inter. Right, Peter?
No.
Forza Inter.
Listen, a lot can be said, but a lot can be said, and we will discuss it. Tell me before you pop it so I can show you. Okay. You're gonna pop, but I would say that Inter absolutely deserved to win the league. You are rightful winners, and you're allowed to pop your champagne now. You've officially won. No need to be scared. As long as you don't pop us in the face. Oh.
Look at it.
Oh, shit.
Can't even open a bottle of champagne. This guy here. Oh, my God.
Respect.
My guy.
It's been 11 years in the making.
To us, it means nothing. It's more you guys. You guys are the one that you win all the time.
It means nothing because you never get to that.
This toilet paper trophy. That's what it is. It's a bunch of toilet paper trophy.
Salute.
Forza
Another Serie A
Inter.
season in the books.
Forza Inter.
Cheers. Listen, we have to say when it's the truth. When it's the truth, I think that we have to say how it is, right? The Inter officially won the Scudetto. It was a crazy day where Inter obviously won yesterday against Crotone. Today, if Atalanta needed to win, if Atalanta won, Inter would not have won the Scudetto. Unfortunately, they did not win. They tied with Sassuolo. They went to 10 men right away, which led all of the...
Who went to 10 men? Atalanta?
Atalanta went to 10 men. Golini had a red card, which led to the to everybody getting into the league and winning the league. Why don't we start off with Ryan? Ryan, what do you think, Ryan?
I mean, listen, Inter's been the best team in Italy this year, to be fair. They had a rough start in 2020. Champions League, they got knocked out of the Champions League group stage. They didn't make it past. And to be fair, Lukaku has been phenomenal. I don't think if Inter hadn't have had Lukaku, would we be saying they're champions right now? That's a big question. But to be real here, Inter were the best team. They deserved it. And even if Atalanta would have won today, Inter still would have won the Scudetto this season. They were way ahead of everybody else. And so congratulations, Peter. Well deserved. Yep.
Peter, why don't you tell us how it feels right now? It's been 11 years since you last won a league title. How do you feel right now?
It's been a long time. Last time Inter won the Scudetto, I still had hair on my head. It's been a long time. I was waiting for him.
When's the last time Milan won the Scudetto? Did you have hair?
Absolutely.
But I was just saying because how the tables have turned. When Inter won their last Scudetto, Inter won 5 straight. They ended up having that fantastic year in 2010. I was making fun of my friends, Juventus fans, Tommy and Charlie. I used to bring the Gazzetta dello Sport and hang it on my locker in high school. And then Juventus go on for 9 years to win, all those Scudetti and be the powerhouse in Italy. But yeah, it feels good. It's weird, because this year the fans were missing, and I think watching today what's gone on in Milan, You know, it happened. You know, the social distance, whatever. You know, it was going to be hard to stop people from getting together and celebrating this Inter Scudetto because it's been 11 years.
So what happened with the
so how
municipality in
beautiful
Milan?
it was.
What happened?
Well, they couldn't control them. I think that was the biggest thing. They couldn't control them. So they just said, if you're going to do it responsibly.
So it's
that was.
you think that it's going to be a super spreader or?
Hey, listen, it's possible. It's possible, but we'll see. But like I said, the feeling is still the same. It would have been great to have the Inter fans in the stadium watching a game, and you hear it and you feel it, the players. But Inter has had a remarkable season in Serie A. Like Ryan said, you know, rough beginning where the first couple of games were very scary. You know, I remember like with Fiorentina, luckily to win. You know, tying Parma early. Champions League knockout in the group stage. So things weren't looking so great. And even the way Milan were playing, Milan were on fire, right? Pioli was on fire.
So technically, this is your salvation, technically, because without this, you guys will have.
It's not without this. We were able to win it.
A massive suicide if it didn't win.
We were able to win it. This was the Scudetto that we had to win, and we won it. So
yeah, you won with three teams. On,
okay, so how many teams did Juventus win the Scudetto with?
Well, listen, you know, when you win and you are on the same playing field with everybody else, then you can say, hey, listen.
Okay, but that's never going to happen at that point. We got to wait for Milan, another 20 years?
All right, guys, we're changing the conversation right now. Listen, the season is over for the team. For the team that's on top.
Enjoy.
The season is over. I think what we should say is that, in my opinion, Inter were undoubtedly the best team in Serie A. They are the team that deserved it the most. They had the best player, the best coach. They were the best unit as a squad. They got the results when they needed to. They were almost impossible to beat at times, and they really had a big turning point in the league, especially with the match against Juventus, where you know they yelled at each other, and the match against Milan, where Lukaku and Ibra went head to head. With all that being said, having said that, I think that with all due respect, we have to give full credit to Inter, who really did a fantastic job this year, and the organization as a whole was very smart. They built this plan. So many teams, I always feel like they come in, a new owner comes in, a new coach comes in, and they're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Instead, Inter came in with a solid plan. They said, we're going to get Marotta, who knows exactly what he's doing. We're going to get Conte, who literally replicated the same thing at Juventus and recreated at Inter. They stuck to a plan, they executed the plan, and they did a great job for it. And I know people will say that, Inter won the title because Juventus were lacking, they weren't as good. It's, of course, a little bit of both, but I think the credit needs to be given to Inter. They're Scudetto champs, and they stopped Juventus from getting that 10th in a row.
Yeah, but look at the point spread also. You're looking at 10 points. We're not looking at 3 points, 5 points. Right. Inter dominated. And they've been unbeaten, I think, 17 games now? Unbeaten. So that's a way to end the season. And like you said, top players, Lukaku, the defense has been top. Lukaku has been absolutely amazing this year. The guy, everyone was calling at him. I saw the post that you guys put up, and I remember everybody was like, oh, this is not the right striker. I think a lot of Inter fans were still in love with Icardi. Lukaku made us forget about Icardi. And he's been able to bring glory to Milan, to the city of Milan, and to Inter. Wow, glory, yes.
How does it feel to win for the first time in 11 years?
This is great. I love it. This feeling is amazing. Like I said, it's a muted feeling in a sense because you can't enjoy it in a stadium. You can't enjoy it the way that you should.
That means it's a fake. It's a fake.
No, it's not fake. It's fake. They play. Listen, it was the same for everybody.
It's a fake. You play in front of nobody.
It's the same for everybody.
You have no accountability to the spectators. It's a fake.
No.
Everybody's playing with the mask.
So if Milan would have won, what happened?
Many teams were they had to postpone their games because of the COVID and all the stuff. You guys were kind of slack. Napoli was forced to play the game against Juventus. Juventus took the points away. There's a lot of shit going
What does
on.
that have to do with
Hold on a
Inter?
second.
It has to do it because you guys were caught a lot. You were favored in couple other situations.
Antonio, but what you're
But
not.
hey, I'm not taking anything away. Don't get me wrong.
I know
I'm not
that.
taking it. I wouldn't be so proud to. I mean, the celebration. I think it's over the top. I mean, just you
Over the
won.
top.
You
the
won.
Scudetto all the time. There's always been celebrations.
Listen,
What are
you
talking about?
won. You won a championship that is full of clouds and full of a lot of question mark just related to what went on.
You can't say that. You
Yes,
can't,
I
just
can.
because there weren't fans
I-
in the stadium, you can't. Every team had no fans in the stadium. It was fair the whole season round.
Makes
they
a
won
big,
fair and square.
makes a big
Makes a
difference.
difference, but makes a difference for everyone. Everyone's on the level playing field.
Anto, come on, we got to give credit where it deserved. They deserve to win, and that's the way that the season was. Like you said, it was the same for everybody. And I know, and that's what I was going to ask you about. I know that for Milan, they were going crazy against Milan. I was dying at some of the videos that the Inter players, like in the locker room, it was all Kino, Salta Rosso, Nero.
Oh my God.
Pioli's on fire. Na 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 na.
Did you see this?
Pioli's
No.
on fire.
I don't want.
Show him.
This is garbage. That's
Pioli's
what they
on
do.
fire.
See, that's
La,
what they do.
la, la, la.
They got their ass kicked in the
La, la, la,
in the
la,
Champions
la,
League.
la,
They got
la,
eliminated
la,
on the UEFA League. Those are a bunch of losers.
They're singing Pioli is on fire. You understand?
I know.
They're just making a joke.
No,
from
that
the,
was,
But-
was the Milan chant the whole year.
I think it's obviously because you guys were in first place for the Campioni d'Inverno. But no, honestly, congratulations. I think it was a long time coming. 11 years without you guys winning, and 9 years without a difference in Serie A, which was for a lot of people. I know Ryan. It was a big thing that fans from other leagues would say against it. I think that it was pretty obvious for those that really read the writing on the wall. It's not a surprise that Inter won this year. I think they were the best team. I think the writing has been on the wall. I said since last year, I think Inter should have won too. They were only 1 point away, but in my opinion, they could have won and they should have won too. But what I'm saying is that it was no surprise. It was really Inter was the best team, and there was nobody else that really challenged. Until the end. We see Milan, we see Atalanta, we see Juventus, Napoli, Lazio. All these teams kind of just fell apart, and we don't know what happened. And Inter, in 2021, the opposite of what the other teams did, Inter got better in 2021.
They completely because of what? Absence of COVID, injuries, and all the stuff, and
No,
not having a deep
because we
bench.
weren't as
And
good of
not having a deep
because we
bench.
weren't as good of teams. Because Inter was a better team. That's why. Because
Once again, everybody dealt with COVID blows. Everybody dealt with injury blows. Everybody had no fans in the stadium.
Yes, 3 teams on a bench, right? Everybody's got 3 teams on a bench. Is that right?
Inter doesn't necessarily have 3 teams on
Yeah,
the
they have
bench.
4 teams.
I'm not defending Inter in any
Well,
way.
we have a nice. So what's the problem? I don't understand.
It
We
is a
built
problem
team.
because you have to play
We
on the
built a
same
team.
Man,
level
Antonio,
field.
Anto,
On
come
the same level field. If we had all the subs that we were supposed to have, like you guys had, or they have, it would have been probably a different story.
But part of football is also how good is your management to be able to build
No,
and buy
it's
those
how much
players.
money
You guys
you have.
spent on.
It's how much money
Mandzukic.
you have.
In
1
January,
million?
you went
1
after
million.
Mandzukic and you
1
went
million.
after Meite.
1 million. The guy Mete
care
was
about
actually
how
on
much.
loan.
All I'm saying is you guys went for it. So you guys spend money.
We had to. We had nobody else to play on
Tonali,
defense.
how much did you spend on Tonali? He's inexistent this year.
So far,
Tonali has been horrible.
An
I'm
investment
sorry.
for the future, maybe, but this year, not a smart move.
Who was your best player? For
My
you?
best player? No, it has to be Lukaku. Has to be Lukaku. I just remember him for the game versus Milan alone when 4-0 trashing against Milan, where he single-handedly took the pole and announced himself king of Milano. I'm just looking at Antonio. But but this season Lukaku we saw. Without Lukaku, Inter struggles. The guy, especially for Conte's system, where he needs a target man and players lay off from him, he's been amazing. He scores the goals. He's the most top goal scorer for Inter, and also is able to get this Inter team on his back and be able to give the ball off to Hakimi or give it to Lautaro. It's been a real team effort, but Lukaku right now is the star for me.
I think Inter have been very very fun to watch this season. You look at the back 3 that they had between Divac, Bastoni, and Skriniar. I think they were all great. I think Barella was amazing this year. Hakimi, I love Hakimi as a right back. And Eriksen, I love what Conte did with Eriksen this season. The way he changed, Eriksen last season, when they signed him, they didn't really get Christian Eriksen. You know, Conte, I don't know if he wasn't confident in him or he just didn't see a place for him in the team at the moment. But somehow, some way, he figured it out. And Eriksen...
Who figured it out? Conte figured it out?
Conte figured it out.
Oh, wow.
Conte figured it out. I mean, listen, I know you're going to say the guy makes 11 million euro a year, but the guy's... He got it together, and he actually won the Scudetto this year.
Soon to be 13.5 million.
So 13.5 million?
Soon.
Yeah.
They're gonna renegotiate.
But yeah, man, like I said, Peter, congratulations. This Inter team was a joy to watch. For me as a neutral, I really enjoyed watching Inter.
So
more than any other
you
team.
watched a big hardware store just closing down and then locking the play and disgrace the game of soccer. That's what it was. It was the last 7-8 games. All they did was like a big hardware store. Okay. The lock is closed. They score one goal and then they close the locker room over there or the locks, whatever, and nobody, everybody, 11 people playing on the defense inside the
for
box.
Inter.
Yeah.
But then you got to look at Lazio Milan. Milan's hardware store's been closed for how long? I mean,
What are you talking about?
You know what he means by hardware store?
no idea. I'm just mocking them back.
Catenaccio means to be like a lock. So meaning like they sit back and park the bus.
But
that's basically what he's
saying. Come on,
saying.
but you can't say that.
saying
You got to do what you got to do to
bus.
win.
Why not?
You got to do what you got to do to
Yeah,
win. I'm
Disgrace
sorry.
the game too? Do you even disgrace the game?
I think the last 6 games, even Conte said it. He
This
played a
crazy
certain
game.
You
way
got to
that he
park the
knows that
bus,
he's gonna
Antonio. If
win.
you're in a Champions League final, you're up 1-0, and the only way
But
you're gonna win.
This is not the Champions League final.
I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example. You got to park the bus to win. You're not gonna park the bus to win the trophy. You're gonna go all out and maybe concede.
But you're disgracing the game.
But listen, answer my question. Are you not gonna park
But
the
this
bus?
is one of the main reasons why they will never win any time, and never in Europe if they play with an attitude like that, because they're gonna get punished. You get punished for doing that. Allegri knows something. Other people that they try to do the same thing when they were coaching Juventus. They get punished
Allegri made it
for
to
the
2
very same
finals.
attitude. Did he win any?
No, but he versed a very good Real Madrid, a very good Barcelona.
So what I'm saying is, with that kind of attitude, that kind of ideas, you're never gonna win. So
You need a balance. You need a balance.
I'd rather not to win, but not to win in Italy, but win something big in Europe, but that win in that way and just disgracing the game.
I understand what
To
you're
me-
saying. I understand what you're saying.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on. We give respect where it's due. As much as I didn't want Inter to win, of course, you got to say that they were the best team. For me, they were the best team, and they deserved it. They deserved it. One thing that I'll say, just to switch the story, is Juventus, because it's a big part too. Lost for the first time the Scudetto in 9 years. I was saying too on my stream earlier, that my nephew's 7 years old. He's never seen Juventus lose. It's the first time in his life that he's seen Juventus not win, because for 9 years of dominance, Juve, it comes to an end. It comes to an end. Of course, and for the Juve fans, of course, it's gonna come to an end eventually. You can't keep winning. I know that we've been spoiled because we just constantly won, and part of it has been really great management over the years, because winning is hard, but to continue win is even harder, and also the fault of you guys for 9 years that you did not step up and did not do the job that you were supposed to do.
No, we didn't spend the money to make
nothing about money. Nothing about money, because
Juventus didn't spend much money.
A lot of money was spent from your side too. But what I want to say is that this Juventus was unbelievable for the past decade. Truly incredible. Something that I don't think we'll ever see again. I don't think we will ever see a Serie A team win 9 in a row.
I hope not.
9 Serie A titles in a row is absolutely incredible. Everything to hold your head out to. The only thing I said, the only bitterness in my mouth is that it's okay to lose. I could accept losing, right? If I go toe to toe to you, right? And we're both really good, and you know what, you were just a little bit better and you won, and that's amazing, I could accept it. It does become a little bit harder in the way that Juventus is going down. We're struggling to even get Champions League, and not giving Inter, such a tooth and nail. Like when Napoli and Juve had their epic battle where Napoli almost won the Scudetto. That, for me, it would have been more acceptable to just be like, you know what? They were so much better. We tried our best. We lost. So this way, it's a little bit sad. But either way, going 9 years, something that you will never do and you will never do.
I hope
You'll
not.
never get 9.
And you'll never win the triplete.
Well, that leads me to my question, right? So we each have something now. We each officially have something. You have 7 Champions Leagues.
Which is not easy to get.
You have the Triplete.
Which is not easy to get.
And I have 9 Scudetto, which is not easy to get in a row. 9, not just 9. You have 19 now.
That's right.
We won 9 in a row. 9. That's unbelievable. So and Ryan, maybe you could be the neutral over here. What will happen first? What will be beaten first? The Triplete in Italy? Like a team winning Scudetto, Coppa Italia, Champions League? A team winning 9 Serie A in a row? Or a team getting to 7 Champions League? Ryan, what do you say?
That's very hard, man. I can't see a team winning an Italian team right now at the moment. I can't see them winning a Champions League. Italian teams right now that haven't been good in Europe for the last few years.
Forget right now. I'm saying in general. Which one of those records do you think?
There's a question mark there. I don't know.
Which is the hardest? Which is the hardest?
I think for me, the hardest is to win a treble right now. I can't see anybody pulling that off anytime soon.
Peter, which one's the hardest?
The treble. It takes a lot of energy. Nah, you say no, but
Anto, which one's the hardest?
The Champions League is obviously the most ambitious trophy that anybody can win. You have to measure yourself against the best. In Italy, yeah, you have a bunch of squads over there, just like a bunch of chicken trying to fight for their own little patch of grass over there or whatever seeds they're trying to eat over there. But the Champions League, that's what everybody is fighting for, and they're dying to win. So that's why you got Cristiano Ronaldo, you failed. Now you got Lukaku, you got all your Conte, you got all your best things over there, and you failed. You guys, you've been failing for a long time. So
yeah, just the way we smacked you out of the Europa.
All right.
So 7 Champions League is the hardest.
Oh, by far.
I would say
because I'm saying, because it's the truth.
I think objectively, I think the Triplete would be the easiest of the 3. It will be the first one to go down, I think, because it could happen in 1 year. Yeah. 7 Champions League is very, very hard to get to. 9 in a row, for me, is almost impossible. I don't think we'll ever... A team eventually is going to get 7, right? I think a team eventually will get 7.
I think that would be
a team eventually will get Triplete. I don't think... Because it's not only about you being good for 9 years, you also need to hope that the others aren't as good for 9 years.
But why don't you
a row?
Why don't you ask around in Europe or in the rest of the world? Why is Juventus being known for winning the Campionato? No, they're not gonna know. They're gonna say how many Champions League did Juventus win? If you look at the rest of on the globe,
I'm not disagreeing.
If you look on the
I'm
globe,
not disagreeing.
if you're listening to the people, the real soccer fan of the globe, AC Milan is the franchise that they have on their head for their ambition is to say, hey, my God, I wish we can get like AC Milan.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, Antonio,
that you're 9 in a row, you're 6 in a row. It means nothing. At the end of the day, it's like an event. It's like, okay, you won a game at the Scopa. Okay, you won. Here you go.
AC Milan were incredible in the past. Don't get me wrong, with all due respect. But at the end of the day, going forward from this day on, it's going to be pretty hard for somebody to win 9 league titles in a row. I'm being honest with you. When I think about it, I look at the Premier League, for example.
But nobody wants to beat that records because
you got Man City, you got Liverpool, you got United, you got Chelsea. All these teams, there's no way one of them's going to win 9 years in a row.
But nobody cares about it.
Maybe in Germany.
I hope nobody wins 9 in a row.
Maybe in Germany, Marco, you might see a Bayern Munich go away and win 9 in a row. But in a competitive league, like the Serie A, the Premier League, you're not going to see somebody win 9 in a row.
The Serie A was never competitive until the last 2-3 years. In the last 15 years, Juventus had all the money, they had all the power, they had everything else, and that's the reasons why they won.
For the last 15 years,
there were no other teams around.
For the last 15 years, it's been, whether it be because if you think about it, Inter won 5 straight, Milan won once, and then Juventus won 9 straight.
Yeah.
So for the past 15 years, there hasn't been a Serie A that we're used to seeing.
Right now, you got a lot of teams.
I hope that there's 9, in a row, that Juventus keeps that record, because that would be positive for Serie A, 1. And 2, there's a lot of foreign investment now that I hope, something can happen out of it. With Roma, with Fiorentina, with Milan, that they all invest in infrastructure, and the Italian government allows them to build. Because
my point is, though, you just said it well. You won 5 in a row. Inter won 5 in a row, right? Milan won 1, and then Juventus went 9 for 9, right? So, if you went off who was making the most money, Juventus were in Serie B and finished 7th place twice, while you guys were still playing in Champions League. So, if anyone was spending more money, it was you guys. I'm just saying that you can't use money as the reason why you won so much, because if you had the dominance, then it would be the reverse. Anyway, just a little question. I pose it to the chat right now. Most of the chat is saying 7 Champions Leagues, by the way. They're saying that
they're smart.
No. They're saying the reverse. Sorry. They're saying that Inter is 4 away from getting 7, and Juve is 5 away from getting 7, that they would be more likely.
It's like another 700 years you need.
It's true.
Too
It is
long.
very
Too
long.
long.
They're making it seem a little bit too easy.
Not easy.
Let's talk also about Juve. We'll go back to, we'll keep referencing Inter, obviously, because this should be an Inter-dominated episode, in my opinion. And we'll break down why they won, MVP, all this kind of stuff. Juventus somehow, I don't know how they did this, but they turned the match around in the last 7 minutes against Udinese. They were completely out. They were playing very, very poor against Udinese. I don't know what was happening in the match. Ronaldo, in the 83rd minute, scored, and then in the 89th minute, scored. He scored a double, which gets him to 99 goals, and he and Juventus won the game. Udinese must have, they blinked for 1 second, where they were in dominate, they were winning. The next moment that they opened their eyes, they were down 2-1. Again, kind of symbolizes the season. Ronaldo, the saving grace for Juventus at times, where everything else is looking poor. I mean, the man turns up, top goal scorer of Serie A. He's incredible. Juve, without that, the Champions League would have been an absolute nightmare to try to even think about winning. It was also, what's crazy is that Inter won the Scudetto, right? And I know Juve fans, they're sad, even though they lost the Scudetto yesterday. They lost winning the title, but today was the official day that Inter won. But it kind of worked out well because Atalanta tied and Napoli tied them with Cagliari. So Juve were actually able to make up some points that they really needed to help secure that Champions League. I think Ronaldo was also playing for himself, where he's like, I might not find a team next year. I gotta get Champions League because I'm not playing anywhere else. I'm not playing in Europa League. But yeah, that's really, really the only thing. Juve were lucky. Thank God for Ronaldo. They were able to do it. I don't even think you guys really watched the match. Did you watch the match?
I watched a little bit. Yeah, it was poor. I think Ronaldo had a poor game before, the penalty, and then he scored that.
I was not watching.
Yeah, I mean, listen, De Paul, I don't know what he was doing.
You know what? You want to know something funny? You want to know something funny?
Is it okay?
I was coming back from New Jersey, and I dropped my friend Nicola Giordano to his house. I make the turn on 80th Street. Guess who I see? I see Ludovico outside.
Oh.
And I said, hey, Ludo, what are you doing over here? I said, you know that Juve is losing 1-0? I said, hey, don't worry, said Ludo to me. La telefonata sta arrivando. He meant that the phone call is coming. Somehow Juventus is going to at least tie the game. So I said, come on, don't give me the BS. Sure enough, I go back home. As soon as I put the TV on, boom. So the game was tied. And then my wife, she called me down for dinner, for a little snack. I go upstairs to double check it. They won 2-1.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Everyone wants it's easier for people to believe in a conspiracy than it is to believe that you don't have that element.
No, they don't want to see. They don't want Juventus in the UEFA. According to Ludo and a few other people, they don't want Juventus to go into the UEFA League.
Yeah,
they want Juventus to play the Champions
Juventus
League.
were very close to losing that game.
Hey, you know
they
what?
got the tie.
Well,
1-1,
they are
scored the
saying,
second goal.
okay, people are saying that De Paul is rumored to move to Juventus, so that's why he raised.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you guys, do you believe the world is flat over here too?
There's no way.
I'm sure that. I have a bridge to sell you if you believe that one too. The Verrazano's for sale.
I'm trying to put some food for thoughts over there, okay?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad food for thought. What else we want to talk about today? Milan. What about your Milan? That yesterday played against Benevento.
I didn't like the way they played. To be honest with you, I've been used to see AC Milan playing a little better than that, even though the opponent was Pippo Inzaghi, super Pippo. And they kept the game close to almost to the very end. Benevento was very surprised. So AC Milan, they missed a lot of good chances too. But nevertheless, it's a game that you have to put away right away. And hey, we're gonna have to fight until the last minute. I would say not the last match, the last minute, because we have Juventus Sunday, Atalanta coming up on the last game, and I think it's gonna be. I think the last game is gonna be the deciding game. Not for us, for most of the team, because there is no easy game around going for you guys either. You're gonna have to face.
We play we play Sassuolo, we play Inter. We have a tough schedule. You missed the last podcast, so you didn't say. We all gave our prediction. Brian, you did too. Yeah, everybody did. Who's gonna be the top 4? Obviously Inter.
I want AC Milan definitely to be the top 4.
Who's going to be the top 4? Inter, and who are the other 3 teams?
I would say AC Milan, Atalanta, and. I will hope that Napoli gets into and Juventus goes down.
So you're saying Juventus out?
I say it.
What do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction?
I would say Napoli is going to be either over us, AC Milan or Juventus. For some reasons, I smell that.
Okay.
They have a momentum
So
right
Juventus
now.
out.
Though, it's either
Juventus
Juventus
and
or AC
Lazio out.
Milan. No, Juventus, Lazio is out.
Okay.
Even though they have a game makeup. It's too much to it. But I think AC Milan or Juventus are risking very, very big time to get out.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else about Milan?
We have the fight. AC Milan, they have the fight because they started the season with the idea that they wanted to make the first four teams. We're still on second place, virtually on second place. We haven't robbed anybody of anything. I think every game that we tied, we won, and we lost. They were deservedly done.
Results.
With the results that we got. So we did deserve to win.
You're not in second, though, by the way.
Okay, we're goal differential.
Yeah.
Well, third.
Atalanta,
Right.
Juventus, and Milan. That's what it is.
Right.
All tied on 69 points.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is going to be a question of who's going to tie or win the last couple games.
Yeah, we figured that.
So I think a little disappointed on you guys because you guys will have done a lot better, at least to curb Inter's flying that way out. So nobody opposed it.
Peter and I are the only ones who predicted Inter to win. It's you that surprised.
Roma didn't do anything. Roma is a big disappointment. Napoli is just coming out of the darkness right now because they played a lousy first half, and Lazio too. Lazio just lately, the last 7, 8 games, 10 games, they are it's like a Easter time for them. They're just they're coming up again. So
we should mention that Michael is not here because it's Greek Easter.
Yeah,
it's Greek Easter today, so that's why Michael's
So
not
happy
here.
Easter to all our Greek friends and
no,
fans.
not only Greeks. Today, for example, we missed all the other Orthodox friends.
So happy Orthodox
We
Easter.
played
Orthodox.
without 6 of our best players on our.
Did you win?
What do you have? A bunch of Greeks on your team?
Well, we have our Orthodox Russians, so we tied 3-3 against a very tough team, and we were short 6 people, but we managed to we fight.
You played with 6 players?
No. We played without 6 of our best players, so we had a scramble to just put the team on the field, but we
What a
fought.
disaster.
You just put a bunch of pigeons together.
Yeah, we fought very hard, and we were down 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-3. So. Here we go.
Pause that. Guys, this gives me a good time. Manscaped is a sponsor of today's episode. We're going to run an ad right now. All right, guys. Today we have our new and one of our first sponsors right now from Manscaped. They are supporting IFTV's podcast. It is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming hygiene. Manscaped is taking over the world and is now available in Europe, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for all your below-the-waist grooming needs. Europe and Australia is about to get a lot less hairy. We know we've got all of you Europeans and Australians out there. Happy Australia Day, by the way. Great day for this. That's right, folks. If you live in Europe, you can now purchase Manscaped products. If you live there, you've gone years without using the right tools for the job. Michael was just telling me before. Mike, what's your story?
Dude, my last trimmer I had, first of all, it nicked like crazy. This
That's no
one,
good.
I even rushed. I wanted to make a mistake, and no nicks. No, I almost got mad that I didn't get nicks. I was going quick with it, and it's waterproof. You could do it in the shower. The flashlight is sick. And the battery lasts so long, so it's night and day so much
Michael,
better than my
that
last
is
one.
why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped and engineering team spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just now released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0, which is what we have right next to us. Like you said, Michael, featuring cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to advanced skin-safe technology pioneered by Manscaped. What I'll tell you is this is premium. Mike, how premium does that
Dude,
feel?
This is really, really high. You think it's 3 times the amount of the cost, but it's so much cheaper. And plus the referral code that we have for you guys, even cheaper, right?
20% off if you use IFTV right now. Guys, that is IFTV. Use that code. You will get 20% off this entire package, even the ball toner, everything that is available over here. We even had people send us videos. We had somebody send us a picture that they ordered with our code. We've had tons of people through our Instagram. So guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code IFTV at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code IFTV. Your balls will thank you. Guys, go do that. Let's get back to the show. All right, here we go. We're back. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this episode. I just gave you your Manscaped.
Man,
I got another one.
I'm telling you. Me, I just use it on my front. But my friend Frank the Tank, he said he shaved everything. I said, everything? I said, where? He said, true. Not even in the places where the sun doesn't shine.
I know way too much about Frank now.
I said, you are a sick puppy. He said, you want to see? No, I don't want to see shit.
But he liked the Manscaped.
Oh, my God. He's raving about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The
It's
guy's
so funny.
crazy.
That's
He's
so funny.
smooth. He's a smooth guy.
He is. He looks like Mr. Clean a little bit, that guy. He needed
yeah.
he needed a Manscaped. Use code IFTV, guys. Get yourself a Manscaped. 20% off.
20%
and free
off.
shipping.
20%
And
off?
free shipping.
And what do? You have the Manscaped running at the bottom?
Yeah, you got it. We just played an ad. That's why they
When
saw
am I
it.
getting mine?
Oh, that's fine. Peter, sorry. Ryan, next week.
Man,
I got
can't
yours.
wait.
I got yours.
Give me one, bro.
They're
I
sending
know,
us
I
some
do
more
need
stuff. I gave the other two to Anto and
Now, my son took one, and then...
I'm saying yesterday I gave you and Frank.
Yeah, sure.
I gave you and Frank.
I can't wait.
Guys, what are we going to next? What topic do we wanna cover?
Oh, we want to say Atalanta, the Napoli game, both disappointments and the result, 1-1. Atalanta, Golini got a red card early in the first half. Gosin scores, so Atalanta went ahead, 1-0. And then Sassuolo were able to tie.
Golini is
1-1.
the goalkeeper?
The goalkeeper, yeah. So they had to change the goalkeeper. And then Sassuolo tied 1-1. It was hard. With 10 men, I think Atalanta missed a penalty.
Whoa.
Yeah.
With who? Zapata?
No, Muriel. Concili made the save, and that's it. And that's how, led to Inter's Scudetto victory today. Then also Napoli.
Yeah, what happened with Napoli?
Napoli, they were winning 1-0 until the 94th minute, and Cagliari scored to tie 1-1. So they lost points. I thought they had that game, but. Listen, you play these
Napoli
bottom teams.
will be tied with us on the second. Right now. They would have won. Oh my God!
Everybody 69
They needed
points.
that.
Yeah, I think so. But like we said, Milan, Juve, one of those teams is gonna lose. Or if they tie, Napoli's right back in to the race. So it would have been good to put themselves ahead a little bit more. So it's gonna be a tight one until the end, and especially Milan playing Atalanta. That's another one.
We have
that's
the worst.
it's
I was just
another
going to be like,
one.
wait, why are one of us going to lose? Why are you so
think
sure
it's-
one of us is going to
look,
lose? But I realized
Oh,
we
you
play
guys
each
gotta
other.
versus
Listen, if Milan Atalanta they tied for the last on the last game, and Atalanta's got the upper end on us, we are forced to win the game, because if we tie against Atalanta, we are.
I will say that it was a big result for Milan to get past Benevento, saying that Atalanta tied, Napoli tied, because if they would have won their matches, Milan would have fell back to 5th place, no?
Yeah.
So it was important that you guys got the 3 points against Benevento, who are currently fighting for relegation.
They're
no?
they're the last relegated team.
So
Last three?
to go
They're
down.
in 18th place.
Yeah. So
But they're tied with Torino on 31 points.
But
Torino has 2 extra
two
games.
at hand.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cagliari has 32 points with the same.
Well, it was big for Cagliari to get that point.
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina tied
34,
also
34.
33.
35. They have 35
Wow.
points. So they're 4
So
points
it's not
above.
over. It's not over on the top on the last 6 or 7
No.
teams over there.
No.
No, absolutely
That's
not.
why I said Benevento game. Like Benevento those are the toughest games to play right now. The bottom feeders, the relegation teams, and Milan did a good job. They got the result. I know Montipò, man, he made some crazy saves on Ibra. But Milan were able to pull through, and they're fighting for the Champions League.
can we go over one last time the schedule again? I can't recall the top 4 who they're playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can. Give me a second. Let's talk about Sampdoria, Roma, and I'll pull them all up. Speaking about tough against the other teams, my gosh, I could not believe when I saw 2-0 Sampdoria against Roma. What a
watched the game.
What a disaster week for Roma fans. I mean, they went from the game against Manchester United where they were up to losing by 6 goals they got scored on, and then you lose to Sampdoria.
Yeah.
Peter, tell us, because you're Mr. Fonseca over here.
Mr.
I
Fonseca.
think everything is going down in Roma.
Yeah, that's it. His time is done. I think the Manchester United game was the last. What did they say? Last nail
I saw
on
his
the.
body language was always like
Yeah,
this.
nah,
and-
but he lost control of that game, and then once you lose like that 6-2, your time is up. You cannot get thrashed the way that they did, and the players definitely feel that, and you could see they couldn't recover mentally and physically because you're playing at such a close game Thursday till now Sunday. Now his time is done. Fonseca was there Friedkin. They probably let him stay for the year, see how things turn out.
It's over,
but
of
now
course.
it's over. They have a new sporting director. They'll get a new coach, and they'll start the Friedkin era the way that they want to. I think he is still a qualified coach. I think at times Roma did play well throughout the season, but just never able to get over that last hump versus the top teams. I know a lot of Roma fans were always upset about that they couldn't get points versus the top teams. And then these recent losses and games that you think they should have won, and they just
They got unlucky today.
enough.
I mean, Roma got unlucky. Dzeko missing the penalty. And then 2 times the goal was very, like a millimeter offside, couple times. Actually, no, maybe 3 times. So they fought, but Sampdoria, they fight, man. They put a lot of energy on the field. Maybe it's because Roma played against Man U and they didn't have a lot of juice left. But Sampdoria, man, they played a tempo that was very, very, very fast. They went after every ball, one-on-one, defending, one-on-one attacking. They were guarding close. They were just putting high press into the Roma's midfield. I saw Sampdoria all over the places, and Roma, they were, struggling to move the ball around for a little while. But nevertheless, this Fonseca, I wouldn't place the blame on him.
He's done.
Necessarily.
He's done.
But,
Sadi's expected. They said it's all done. He just needs to sign 2-year contract with Roma.
Sarri?
Sarri signed. I think $4.5 million a year.
That's a good move.
Yeah, it's a great move. It's a great move.
Roma,
I like
I think
this.
it's a good
I
move.
rate this.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
this is the perfect move for Roma. I think Sadi is built for a team like that who can, with little resources, or who will give him the freedom to really choose what he wants and build a team. Give him 3 years. Give him 2-3 years, and you'll see this guy will be challenging for a Champions League spot, which is what Roma need. And I think he's going to play a really good style of football. He could bring something to Rome that they've been lacking, that they've been missing since, maybe the Rudy Garcia days where they used to challenge for that second place. Just something in me that I've been saying for a little while too, that he fits Roma style. I love everything about the move.
And
Totally agree.
I just hope that because the Roma fans, in Rome, it's a tough piazza. So they have to give Sarri time. Sarri takes 3 months before you start seeing what Sarri's able to do.
More.
When you start seeing what he's able to do. Then as far as actually finalizing and having a final product, might take a little longer.
At least a year.
But no, you need to give him a year
At least a
and
year.
not expect anything.
Yeah.
And then the following years where you have to see what
I agree.
What
So
fruits
in other
you're gonna
words,
get.
get used to not making the Champions
next year.
League or the
But
UEFA
are they
League.
making Champions League right now? They're not. So what else are you going to do?
Yeah, but you never stop. You never start a championship, un campionato with the expectation that you're not going to make it. That's bad.
It's not about that. It's about It's about being realistic. It's the same. No, it's the same thing that people told me in the beginning of the season in August when they said, "Marco, you're so negative because you think Inter's going to win the year." But it's just about reading the cards and being honest with yourself. Of course, yes, are Roma going to fight next year with Sarri to go and Champions League? Of course. But what I'm saying is that if in a year's time we look back and Roma's not making Champions League, I'm just saying don't be surprised because they're not expected to. Atalanta's a very good team. Napoli's a very good team. Milan's a good team. Inter's a good team. Juve's a good team. Lazio's a good team. All fighting for 4 spots. So that's kind of why you have to manage your expectations a little bit. And I like the move. Ryan, you asked me for the schedule. Let me read it for you. By the way, Lazio had a crazy game against Genoa today, which was 4-1 at one point. I swear I left. I went back. I went to go get changed to come to the studio. I came and it was 4-3. Genoa really, really, really were pushing, but Lazio have been doing well since then. So Milan's schedule for the rest of the year, they played Benevento yesterday. They've got Juventus, Torino, Cagliari, and Atalanta.
That's tough.
Very tough. Juventus, they play against Udinese. They got Milan, Sassuolo, Inter, and Bologna. Tough too. Atalanta have Parma, Benevento, Genoa, AC Milan. Not bad. Napoli have Spezia, Udinese, Fiorentina, Verona. And then Lazio have Fiorentina, Parma, Roma, Sassuolo, and then Torino, which is not it's not set right now. So very hard schedule for everybody. There's no going around it. What are our early predictions for next week? Milan against Juventus. Did you read what happened with Donnarumma?
Yeah, what is it?
The Milan Ultras, they told Donnarumma that they don't want him to play unless he signs the contract by next week. They don't want him to play against Juventus because they're scared he's going to do like a De Vrij. Remember De Vrij played against Lazio for the Champions League, and then he moved?
Listen, Donnarumma is not going anywhere. This is my prediction. He's not going anywhere. The guy is a true AC Milan fan. I think if he's going to leave AC Milan, he's not going to Juventus, number one. And if he's going to leave AC Milan, he's going to have to go away from Italy. He's going to have to go Spain or France or England. That's it. Juventus is not getting Donnarumma. As much as you like it.
I also agree with you. I don't think that I think that it's the same tactic that we saw a year ago. A few years ago. I'm sorry. But as I said before, a lot will depend on the Champions League. I think that at this moment, Donnarumma he's a young kid. He's 21, 22 years old. He's been at Milan since he was 16. He's been starting at AC Milan since he was 16. I think he's ready for Champions League. I think that he and him himself feels like it. If Milan make Champions League, he will not leave AC Milan. If they do not make Champions League, he will leave AC Milan. That's my prediction.
I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day, too, Antonio, you can't be threatening the guy to sign the contract because that then could cause him to turn around and say, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. You know what I mean? If you're threatening the guy, telling him, listen, you either sign the contract or you don't play next week, who are you to make that decision for him?
It's Milan fans.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's my point.
Yeah, but they had this relationship already. They went around this.
Yeah, but that's not the right way to go about it, is what I'm saying.
So what's the right way?
That's just not the right way. Let the guy...
We've been saying that the money's been killing the game.
Yes, Antonio.
And you do not want him to be one of those guys that it's gonna be only about the money.
We understand
Play
that.
for the shirt.
We understand that. But at the end of the day, it's more important than just the money, too. I understand money's a big factor, but these players, as Peter said before, they have to go by and do what's best for them. As a player, you're a professional. You know, you only have a certain amount of time. The way I look at it, you only have a certain amount of time to make the money that you can make.
Donnarumma is only 21 years old.
Yes, but if Milan don't get into the Champions League and they're not willing to give him the extra 2-3 million, whatever it is that he wants, but PSG are in the Champions League and they're willing to give him that money, if I'm Donnarumma, I'll see you later. I'm out. Because if you really want Donnarumma to stay and he's worth the money, give him the extra 2-3 million a year. Make the guy happy.
They don't have the money. They AC Milan, they do not have the money that those guys have.
Well, they'll need it. Well, they'll need it for Champions League.
Elliot has the money. Don't worry. You go call Elliot. Go to his office in New York. They got the money.
Ryan, somebody said, what should they do? Storm the pitch?
Yeah. By the way, what happened with Manchester United today?
We're not going to talk about it.
We'll save it for another time.
Yeah,
we'll
we're
save
not
it
gonna
because
talk
I'm
about
going to
that.
end the podcast now.
Yeah, we're not going to talk
Which
about
one do we have
that.
to talk about?
Yeah.
Something bad happened or something?
No.
No.
Bad.
It wasn't that
Nothing
bad. They were just same.
They're not happy with the ownership. That's all. That's all it is. They're really not happy with the ownership.
The fan
You want to touch on it for a second?
I'll touch on it for a second. The Glazers, yes, obviously when you're an owner, you invest in a team so that obviously it's an investment. You're going to profit. But the Glazers, it's a lot
Who's
more.
The Glazer
Is the owner. Yeah.
They own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Okay? Same ownership. These guys, though, it's more than just money with these guys. They feel like they run the club how they like, and they don't acknowledge the fans at all. So the fans have had enough of it. It's been 16 years of it. And the Super League just added that much more tension between the fans and the ownership, and enough was enough. The way the fans handled it, I don't agree with it. Obviously it was a minority that stormed into the pitch. The commentators said it prior to the match. The match was postponed today against Liverpool. We were supposed to play Liverpool today. It was postponed.
Is that a coincidence that Liverpool was coming to play, or the fact
No. It was set in place that Liverpool was playing today, but they just happened to have stormed the pitch a few hours prior to kickoff. And with that being said, obviously with COVID and everything, the fans have gotten into dressing rooms, and so they wanted
They were running
to.
on the field.
Wow.
They really wanted to make sure that
security breach.
it was safe for players, and they just postponed the game to
So there
further
were
notice.
fights, riots, something going on? Or
It wasn't necessarily riots, but there was a few police officers hurt. There was barricades thrown. There was a lot. Like I said, in a way, I understand the fans' frustration, but you can't go ahead and do that either.
Yeah,
at
but
the same
Ryan,
time.
this goes back to the argument that we just were saying. When you're starting to play for the money and you disrespect the fans, don't forget that the game of soccer exists at this level
Antonio,
because of the fan, because what the fan they bring in.
That's two different scenarios.
It is.
You're talking
It's the
about
same
That's what they're fighting for. That's what they're
But
fighting
you're
for.
It's the
talking
same thing.
Yes. Between the ownership and the fans over 16 years, there's been a lot going on. But now that the Super League appeared,
Right.
and they went right into it without acknowledging the fans' opinion,
Right.
it just made it that much more worse.
I
That
will
the fans
screw-
said enough's enough.
Screw them. Just kick them out.
Well, that's the whole point. That's what
Or
they're
make them
trying
force
to do.
to sell. Force to sell.
How many
the
billions
team.
do you have?
Billions? What billions? A bunch of losers.
You need billions
Man
to buy.
U's.
No.
Manchester United is one of the richest
There's-
teams.
There are potential
700 million, 500, 700
Investors.
million. you
But
buy
Ryan,
them.
let's be honest. At this level, they're all
What
going to
do
be the
they
same.
have?
They're all going to be pretty similar
Yes,
to Glazers.
but you know what, Marco? The way I look at it is, as I said, I'm a diehard Manchester United fan myself. I've told you for how many years now how frustrated I am with the Glazers, and I think it's about time. Yes, the fans were wrong with the way they approached it. The majority were outside the stadium doing a peaceful protest, but you had that minority that went in and did the wrong thing. But I kind of understand their frustration. Like, enough's enough, man. You know what I mean? And that I hope the Glazers understand. I hope they're getting the message. Apparently, they approached the homes of the owners, and
Jeez.
so I think that you really gotta stay away from. I don't agree with that. You know, families involved and stuff like that. That you gotta avoid. But the frustration's there, and I understand. I totally understand. But let's just
Can he sell the club? He owns the full club.
absolutely. He well, it's tough because it's Joel.
What kind of business
Joel
they are in,
Glazer and
Ryan?
it's-
What kind of business are you in, the Glazers? What kind of business? I mean, they own the Buccaneers, but what do they do? They
to be
produce
honest with you,
what?
I'm not too sure. I just know
Peanut
that
butter? What do
they
they
own
do?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. But
Peanut butter.
I don't know. What do they make?
Where the hell did peanut butter
What
come
are
from?
they into?
Listen.
Into is social media. What do they do? What they
No, they-
produce?
Sports. They were.
Right.
They own Buccaneers, but I think they were in like finance or something.
Finance.
Or-
Okay, so banking technically.
So they're all about the money.
It's about the money.
Then they're really about the money.
They are
They are,
about the
they are.
money.
Anyway, guys, anything else we gotta comment on? Peter, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna celebrate this Scudetto? Because I almost forgot. This is still your day. How are you gonna celebrate this Scudetto? You know, like the guys they say, "Oh, I'm going to Disney World." You know,
No, what is
No,
Well, he's gonna
bro.
get another bottle of prosecco.
another
He's gonna
one.
put himself to sleep, and then he's gonna call it a day.
I was gonna take you guys all out to get some pizza and stuff. What are you, what are you
I'll
talking
take
about?
that.
bravo.
No, with some cheap pizza or
Lucali's, right?
oh, Luca, let's get the hell out of here.
Beckham's
never
birthday.
been.
Oh, Beckham's birthday today.
Oh,
Beckham's
is it?
birthday. Happy birthday, Beckham.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
David
of
Beckham.
course.
David Beckham, our boy.
What a legend.
Wow.
Joe Fiorentino, happy birthday.
Who's Joe Fiorentino?
It's one
The
of his
baker.
friends.
Oh, the baker?
Joe
Do
the
I know
Baker.
him?
You know Joe the
Monteleone's
Baker.
Bakery. Monteleone Bakery.
By the way, the
I know
diehard
him.
Juve fan.
You know.
All right,
yeah.
happy birthday, Joe. I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, Joe. Yeah, happy birthday, Beckham. One of my idols growing up, honestly, David Beckham. Absolutely loved him. Absolutely
Yeah,
loved
man,
him.
me too.
Guess
We
what?
legend. Oh yeah.
Me too.
Did
Manchester
David
United,
Beckham went up playing for
too.
Juventus?
No.
Guess who did he play for?
Yeah, he played for you.
It's right there, right there, right there.
Can I tell you the truth?
Right
Can I
there.
tell you the truth? I bought this. No, I didn't buy this jersey. I got confused for a second. I bought a Beckham Milan jersey when he signed because I went to David Beckham Academy when I was a kid to train as like a 12 years old in Los Angeles. And the things that they taught me, he brought like coaches straight from England, like his Manchester United coaches. It was the like best training that I had. Those like week or two that I was with them, I learned the difference between United States, the coaches, and then the real level that's from Europe. So I'm always appreciative for what he did building the academies over here. One last
Hey,
thing.
don't we know somebody that knows David
Yolanda,
Beckham?
yeah. Shout out
Yolanda, are you gonna introduce that to David? I mean, he's one of my biggest idol, okay? And his guys used to play for the English Premier League, including I don't think so. No, Liverpool. Did he play? No,
Manchester United.
Manchester
Of
United.
course. Manchester United.
Thank-
Don't ever say Liverpool.
Thank-
I hope David didn't hear that one.
We have another surprise too.
So-
This was sent to us. Let's say I'm not gonna say for anyone who doesn't know. I want you guys to guess who's on the back of this. This is signed. Guys, drop it in the comments right now. We're gonna have to find room on this.
Scratch that Scudetto off.
No, it still exists. Here we go. Demiral right here.
Bang.
Signature
Nice.
sent for the podcast boys right here for
Oh, yeah.
us.
Not
Shout out
bad. Good
Demiral.
quality. This is the real jersey.
Yeah, it's a
We
real
know that.
jersey. Can they see the signature? Yeah, they can see it. They can see
Hold on
it.
a second.
Beautiful. Pull it on nicely. There
Put
we
it
go.
closer to the camera.
They see it. They see it. All right. Don't get it dirty. Don't get it dirty.
Don't get it dirty. Don't
Don't
get it dirty.
dirty. Shout out Demiral. We appreciate you for sending. There we go. Bravo. We're gonna hang it up. Thank you for sending us.
Yeah, you
for
can
the
cover
podcast.
one of those Zanetti or whatever. Just cover
Hey,
those.
look, he doesn't know which one.
To be honest, when a player sends it, then we prioritize it. It's gonna go up. If it was just like a signature that we had gotten, the one that they're sent to us, we have to show more appreciation for.
Right.
Of course. That's how we go. That's how we work. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peter,
Mr. Beckham, we want you to come to the podcast or we're coming to Miami to see you.
Bravo.
So, Yolanda, make this thing happen.
okay?
Right?
All right, you said it.
Yolanda, I'm just talking very seriously. We want David part of this podcast and we want you to introduce us to David. Because David knows who we are, but we wanted to meet him and we'll shake the real hand, okay? Right?
Peter,
You get a fist pump.
Yeah.
Peter, I want to sign off by once again congratulating
Thank
you.
you, thank
The
you.
camera's on you. I'm going to give you 30 seconds before I stop. You could sing, you could chant, You could just say some kind of rant. Say whatever you want.
Yeah,
Right.
you
You want to sing it with me?
Antonio.
You want to sing it with me?
I don't know the song. Antonio knows it though.
Campioni d'Italia.
Antonio, no,
siamo
Antonio, come on,
noi.
Antonio.
Siamo noi, siamo noi, i campioni d'Italia.